The 21st century has brought about a plethora of female leaders to speak on behalf of the equality of women worldwide. Some of these influential figures include Michelle Obama, Melinda Gates, Emma Watson, Malala Yousafzai, and Hillary Clinton, among many others. However, 2017 marked an important shift in the trajectory of feminism. Both star-studded celebrities and everyday women came forward and shared their stories of sexual assault. Their rallying cry, whether in a courtroom or on Twitter, became known as Me Too, a phrase initially coined by Tarana Burke in 2006. The Me Too movement showcased the power that social media can have to amplify a woman's voice. Fast forward 2.5 years later, and we find ourselves in the midst of a pandemic. Despite the sheer devastation occurring worldwide, millions are finding solace through numerous creative outlets, one of which being TikTok. I myself have spent hours scrolling through this app, as I believe it has gotten to know me quite well. I stumbled across a TikTok from a feminist account called Fluence. I was immediately intrigued by this TikTok in which Nicole, one of the account managers, speaks of the sexist undertones within TikTok's search engine. I performed this experiment myself and unsurprisingly found that some of the most noteworthy results that came up after searching women included women are objects, women belong in the kitchen, and women aren't funny, among others. Luckily, one of the results that came up was positive, stating women empowerment, which gave me a glimmer of hope for the feminist creators on this platform. This prompted me to sit down with the women behind the Fluence TikTok account and brand and get their opinion on how TikTok both succeeds at and fails to empower women. I began by asking them simply, why TikTok? Initially, they wanted to create a podcast and women-centered products. However, given all that's going on in the world, TikTok was the easiest platform to collaboratively produce content at a distance and engage with a large audience. Here's what Nicole had to say on it.
They want to, but actually I don't think we sought out to do a TikTok. We just stumbled upon TikTok. Like, we have an Instagram and other accounts, but TikTok had more return for an investment, so we spend a lot more time there.
I then brought up the TikTok algorithm and asked if they believe it is biased. Sinclair brought up a specific instance where she tested this and created two TikToks, one in which she discussed a male inventor and the other a female inventor.
The man inventor had more views, but I think the woman one had more likes and comments, and people were saying this is important. People were sharing that one, they were commenting TikTok, hashtagging for you page, and that one still didn't do as well.
Nicole also brought up an interesting observation about the TikTok algorithm.
Yeah.
I will say though that I have noticed, I hate that this is the case, but I have noticed the videos that I'm wearing lipstick do better.
I then shifted the conversation to the negative implications TikTok can cause among their primary demographic, girls ages 10 to 19 years old. And do you think that this is having negative implications on girls in their more formative years?
The more we realize how much everything influences this, or how it's all kind of tied together, how there's gender bias and all of these different things that people don't even think about or don't even realize, then I would say yes to your question. I think the way that women are portrayed in videos of any age, but yes, it's also really important that it's in young girls and the types of videos that get viewed more. And I've seen, maybe because we're kind of talking about feminist things, but I've seen videos of girls that say, okay, I'm going to try to post this in this type of clothing, or a same video in this clothing, and see kind of how that does on TikTok. So I think that it is influenced, and I think it's something that a lot of people are kind of starting to talk about, or even young girls are starting to address.
This then shifted the conversation to a more positive note. People are addressing gender bias, whether they are bringing up the flaws that exist within the TikTok algorithm itself, or simply the inequality that exists in the real world. While not everyone may agree with what is being said, people are definitely watching this content.
So I think another thing we learned about the algorithm that Ashley was talking about was that it seems like how long people stay on the video might be more powerful than even how many likes you get. Because I think TikTok's goal is they want people spending as much time on the app as possible. And so how, like if someone watches the video all the way through, or if they even watch it like 3 times in a row, that seems to kind of do more than a like does, which is interesting. Like if we could take one positive, it's like, no, people are interested in this. People will take the time to stop and watch it and comment, even though it's not necessarily like comedy or a girl dancing in a bra, right? Like, so I think that can be positive, that people are interested in learning about this.
As Sinclair pointed out, there's obviously a silver lining in all of this. People are engaging with this content and starting conversations.
I think something interesting too is that even when people might disagree or hate something, I guess if we want to use that word, sometimes they bring up interesting questions or interesting points that we've heard across several different people, and so then it does give us a platform to talk about this. Like, this is a widespread idea that, you know, maybe we believe is not the right way to look at it, and so then it gives us an opportunity to talk to those things. That's actually something that's really deliberate and important for our brand, is that we really were about not being negative. We wanted to be intentional about not man-hating. We wanted to be really intentional about bringing solutions to the table, talking things out, connecting people together, and trying to, you know, stimulate conversations around these topics instead of just like that, where it's just arguing or just having kind of a negative light around it. We really wanted to have a different brand that was not that way.
As Alba pointed out, their main intention is to spark conversation. While TikTok may be known for dancing or cooking videos, it can also be used as a powerful platform to provoke discussion surrounding feminism in the most unlikely of places.